For the upcoming set, please check out Saga Concepts. You can use the link in the description below to help yourself and help the channel out. CurlyHairedVanguard is a card game where two players compete to be the first to inflict 6 damage to the other player in order to win. Much like a battlefield, you have a main leader called the Vanguard. This unit is the heart of your battalion and represents you in the fight. Your Vanguard has different types of supporting units in its army called rearguards, which can power up other units, defend them from harm, and perform other unique abilities. One of these types of units are trigger units, which are recognized by their yellow bottom trim and the symbol in the top right corner. These units work directly with your Vanguard to sway the entire flow of the battle. Your Vanguard is special in that when it declares an attack or is hit when it attacks, you get to perform a check. This check allows you to reveal the top card of your deck. The purpose of this check is to see if any of the revealed cards are trigger units. The symbol on a trigger unit activates an effect when revealed during these checks, as well as allowing the revealer to give a unit power till the end of the turn. There are 4 types of triggers. There's the critical trigger, which increases the damage a unit can deal this turn by 1. The draw trigger, which allows you to draw 1 card. The stand trigger, which lets one of your units attack again this turn. And finally, the heal trigger, which allows you to heal 1 damage. In Vanguard, when an attack is declared, the player being attacked has an opportunity to guard, using their cards in hand, and sometimes from other places. However, when a Vanguard attacks, the check for triggers comes after the guards are placed, allowing the check of a trigger to break through these shields and turn the tide of battle. Likewise, after a Vanguard is attacked, a check occurs that can power up the Vanguard for the rest of the turn, stopping the opposing advance. Both players must balance their resources when attacking and defending, knowing when to push forward aggressively or fall back conservatively. These are some of the core mechanics, terminology, and interactions in Cardfight Vanguard, summed up as quickly as I can. While it may be a bit jarring for some at first, players during this time were actually able to get some first-hand experience before the first booster set, thanks to the release of the constructed trial decks. On December 3rd, 2011, the first 2 trial decks for Vanguard were released. Trial Deck 1, Blaster Blade, and Trial Deck 2, Gigantic Overlord. The Blaster Blade trial deck was based on Royal Paladin, while the Gigantic Overlord one was based on Kagro, 2 of the clans of Vanguard. Clans are like Vanguard's color system. All cards are from a clan, and each clan has playstyles or certain mechanics exclusive to them. Royal Paladins are typically focused on swarming the field or filling up the board with their units. These units also have abilities that give them power the more you fill up your field. The main strategy in a trial deck seems to have been to ride into your Gancelot, who could get extra power and an additional critical, which will let it deal 2 damage instead of 1. You can push for game with this or with your Brigide's ability to get some extra power during drive checks. Vanguard doesn't have a mana system, but instead players must gradually level up their Vanguard by riding a stronger one each turn at the start of the turn. You start from grade 0 and work your way up to grade 3. If you've never played Vanguard from the start, it's important to know that unlike modern Vanguard, where your deck is focused around a singular grade 3 Vanguard that often never changes, during these times you actually had to play different options. This format had no ride deck, and no consistent ways to get your desired grade 3 at the start. You had to ride whatever you got on that 3rd turn. You could also ride into a different grade 3 if it was more advantageous down the line. This meant playing backup Vanguards in your deck. The Blaster Blade trial deck came with Gancelot and Brigide, that both had skills when they were the Vanguard, while the Gigantic Overlord trial deck had Overlord and Goku. In general, the Blaster Blade trial deck was weaker compared to its competitor. You even had cards that contradicted each other, with Morgana getting extra power when you discarded a card, while Randolph gained power if you had more cards in your hand than your opponent. Between the 2 trial decks, the Gigantic Overlord deck was clearly much stronger, as the 2 units mentioned just now, Overlord and Goku, would become the key card in the most popular deck at this time. That being said, these trial decks were just an appetizer for the main course to come. On December 10th, 2011, we finally received the very first Cardfight Vanguard booster set in English, titled Descent of the King of Knights. This set introduced several different clans. However, it was mainly focused on the 4 played by the main characters in the anime: Royal Paladin, Kagero, Oracle Think Tank, and Nova Grappler. There were other clans introduced in this set like Spike Brothers, Megaton, Katsukaze. I forgot who it was, but someone else was giving me shit for the way I say Dragonic Overlord. I don't remember if it was someone giving me shit because I said Dragonic Overlord every single time instead of just Overlord, or if it's because of the way that I'm saying Dragonic. But I refuse to care and will keep saying it the wrong way to annoy everyone. Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? Let me turn this on so you can actually see what I look like. Much to the shock and horror of everyone, this is indeed what I look like. Let me, I think I already copied it, so hopefully this works. Just let me get chat on screen. I have a bunch of tabs open for all the news from yesterday, so we'll go over that really quick. And you know, see how you guys are doing about that. Let me play what sounds newsy. You're not gonna lie, that shit we were listening to last time wasn't that bad. It was good, like, background music. So let's see if I can find that same 2-hour mix. I just don't remember which one it was called. Sprack Brooks or something like that. There it is. Alright. And we're gonna play music. And we start this from the beginning. And we full screen. I don't know where to start. To be honest, there's a lot going on. We'll start maybe here and then go that way. So let's go here, show the left screen. And to show this frame and disable this too. There we go. Alright. Sorry, missed a lot of chat. I was watching that video, sir. That's too bad. If only there was a way you can actually watch the video on YouTube or something like that. You guys talking about Magnolia, which I'll get into in a bit. I'll twang on it. Finds action support. Well, sure hype. And yeah, we'll get to that. That's actually the one I'm the most hyped about, to be honest. Okay. It's just you guys talk about Magnolia. I don't think I missed too much. Alright. So yeah, let's just jump into the news. While I find my dog's hair on my glasses and remove it. So we'll start here. The biggest change, I think, is that Standard now has 50 cards in the main deck. So instead of 46 cards, you have an extra 4 cards, which is massive, right? The deck change is the one that I'm all for. Yep, this is massive. A lot of people have been talking about this at different points, like wanting this to come through, just in terms of like from deck space and in just how relevant triggers have become, right? This reduces that because you just have more cards, less likely to sack. Decks become less consistent. You have a lot more pieces to play around with. Consistent in like not a bad way, but it's just, you know, you just have a lot more tools to play around with. So I think in general it just makes the format a lot less cut and dry, which there are a lot more changes relating to that, but it's a lot less cut and dry where like every deck does the same thing, right? There's a lot more like variants and all that kind of stuff. So it also leaves room for a lot of the things that they've been releasing, all of the cycle cards that before maybe you couldn't fit in, a lot of the defensive tools that are available that people just don't play. So that's really cool. I'm really excited for this. I kind of jokingly tweeted that that this like is barrel support because it helps out barrel, and it kind of actually does. Because, you know, I have 4 more cards now in my deck, so I won't deck out as much. That's like 1 extra turn I get, which is quite a lot. It also gives me more space to play more cards, and I can also go more ham and soul charging, so this is a massive change, to be honest. It seems super minute, but it is absolutely insane how much it affects everything, I think. 50 cards on how to rename his website. Maybe, I mean, it's still 50 cards in the main deck, so... I'm throwing 4 Blitzer into your deck. I don't know about 4. The 4 slots will be for the energy cards. I don't know about that. We'll get to that. I don't think that's how that's gonna work out. Figaro with 4 extra cards is gonna go ham. Probably, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I can put into Figaro with those 4 cards, but I can imagine it being good for everyone. I don't see this being bad for any deck except for maybe Eva, but even Eva wants the space, right? All mass decks can now be different. To an extent, yeah, they can play a lot more. They can literally play... they can make up for the fact that they have to play 4 bricks. We're playing 4 useful cards now, right? Because they play their 4 Persona rides, or their 4 mask, I should say, but now they can have space for 4 other cards that previously they basically took out for stuff like that. So, that's really cool. More Misty Habitat. Medical Mass doesn't have to run 7 tools. Yep. More Outer Slaughter Photo Grade Zeros. Yep, I guess so. That is definitely the winner of all of this, is good old Outer Slaughter. Funnily enough, I don't have enough stuff to fill decks, so I run cyclers and adders. Now you have 4 more filler. Oh, well, I don't know about that. I always run out of deck space all the time, especially sometimes I'll deck build and I don't put PGs first, and I always forget PGs, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. I have found space for every card that I have wanted. This is perfect. And then I realized I can't guard. So that's huge. But that's just like the tip of the iceberg to an extent. But this is great just because of the fact that it affects every single deck, which is very important. It's going to be kind of a theme that I'll touch on a lot going through all these updates, is that I like that this is a change that starts with a new era, but it affects everything before it in a positive way. Next up, we got the reveal for the anime. To the surprise of no one, the new guy is playing Keter, which is super boring. I don't like the fact that he's playing Keter just because they've already done Keter. Every single time in all the anime, Keter is either number 1 or number 2. Like, Keter can never ever take a back seat, ever. And I think that's kind of boring. I get it's like the clan or the nation with the most things and all that stuff. But, I don't know, I would have liked a little bit more variance, is all I'm saying. As far as to play Persona rides, oh no. Get more token generators, oh no. Catabolic looks kind of plain to me. I mean, he definitely looks cool, but he definitely doesn't have like a lot going on. It's definitely a lot more like of a clean aesthetic, ironically. He doesn't really scream to me like I want to play him. Like, I don't think he looks bad. He just, yeah, he doesn't... You know, he doesn't really say anything for me yet. It'll depend on his effect and whatnot, and like mainly his gimmick. That's really mostly what I care about when it comes to actually playing the deck. But of course, aesthetics is a huge part of it. But I'm becoming a little bit more lenient, so something that's kind of meh I can get away with. But yeah, so this is the new guy. This is apparently not Yu, and I finally figured out why it is that we have Yu and then new Yu here. I cracked the code. Yeah, while we have 2 Yu, I finally cracked the code. It kind of makes a lot of sense. Where did I put it? Hold on one second. U2. That's just so funny because it's already Yu, so there's already 2 U's. But it's the Malkuth, that's the assumption. I don't think they'll do Angel Feather as much as I want Angel Feather as the main thing the protagonist does. It'll be something relatively generic. So the reason I've discovered that they're doing this is because obviously he looks exactly like Yu, right? So this is box, hold on. Let's go here. So this is Fly Chakrabarti, the new set. I have to put it like back here because the focus is fixed to my face, right? This is new set, has Yu on it, right? Yu on the box. What they did this time is that they made a new character that's literally just fucking Yu again, because now they can just keep putting Yu on the box and no one is gonna be like, oh, this is like a reboot. Oh, they did Vanguard all over again. Oh, this and this and that. They have the like brand recognition of Yu always being on the box, and now they can keep doing that with you, me, you, whatever the hell his name is. So now that's it. It just basically very easily just churns out into a new product line, even though it's like set one again, right? It's kind of the same familiar thing, so I think it kind of staves off any sort of market crisis it might occur. The unit reminds me of Malcolm. However you spell it, yeah. Is Yu and Chrono overused? To an extent, yeah. What was that? Belugas, whose local still doesn't have episode 13? Well, I just got myself, so. Dungeons, XR were cover cards, yeah, but like for the vast majority of Overdress, it was Yu, right? The vast majority, he was the main thing on the box. So it definitely fits in theme, I think. Can I think opium? Why did they make Yu red and Yu blue? I would have rather them have different colors, yeah, but whatever. They always have this thing with their protagonist being in red. Even in like the first series where Aichi was wearing this weird, I hate the blue and red combination of colors, so they always made Aichi wear like this, I forgot which way it was. I think it was like a blue shirt and like a red jacket, or like a red jacket and a blue shirt, I think it was, or like it had like red under it, and I just looks so ugly. But every protagonist has red in it, so they just had to go and do it again, which is fine. The design is like, I think, like, it's too simple, to be honest, given the context of what's happening in the anime, of him like saving his sister and him being a faded one and all this shit. He looks like a Wildress character where it's just like everything's chill for the majority of the part, minus uniformers, but even then that's not really a threat to mankind in any way, shape, or form. It's not even flattering blue or red. Cry my artist brain, yeah. Like, the fit looks fine, he just doesn't scream anime main character, right? Like, he just screams like someone's older brother that you see sometimes. Like, they could have done a little more. All the other guys, right? Like, they have a lot more something on them, right? It looks a little bit more, but he's just motherfucker's just kind of there, and that's kind of the issue I had with Yu to begin with. Not so much the drip, but just the fact that he was always just kind of there. But we'll see how this goes. Honestly, I'm optimistic after the presentation yesterday, but we'll see. I love that the art of the main unit is made by your favorite Vanguard artists. Which artist is this? I don't actually. I want to do a video eventually going over like the Vanguard illustrators, but until then I don't know what any of these are. Blue jacket, red shirt. Kona had red hair, Sumo had red tie, yep, and then Yu had red. He started out green, and then they switched him to red. Showed his true colors. I can see him getting a grown up, but he is someone's older brother. He is someone's older brother, so I guess yeah, he does fit the description. Except for they weren't playing Gandiva. Toshiaki Tokayama. What have they drawn before? Is there a unit? Because I can't say off the top of my head that I recognize this. You pouring out Chrono's hair look like bakery churros. At a box set 13, you got Ignis. Very nice, very nice. I actually opened up a box. I bought a case. Finally came in today, and I got 2 Ignis from 2 boxes I managed to open. But so yeah, so this is our main protagonist. The general consensus seems to be like, we'll give this a shot, and the voice actor seems pretty cool. He seems pretty devoted. I don't like the fact that the whole issue with Yu's voice actor originally is that he was like too popular, so they didn't have time to like book him or whatever. And then now I think they got another popular guy. So I hope that doesn't come up with the same issue that happened with like Yu's voice actor and like Michu doing stuff. But I'll be optimistic for now. So the next up we've got Taizo returning, which we found out sometime this week, and now we got fucking Wellstraw with a fucking big ass arm. I'm all about this. He doesn't have a younger sister. Yeah, he only had older sisters, so they gave him a younger one. The VA Super Chill, yep, he definitely is. He's a Digimon tamer? Yeah, I can definitely get Digimon tamer vibes for him. What is his fucking name even? It's like Akina? Yeah, Akina. Not, I don't want to hate on his name, but it also it doesn't instill me with, like, I don't know. My friend with the online name Blanefetter is very happy about this. Yeah, I can imagine. It was so popular, they had to kill him. Yep. Exactly. Which is funny, because, like, he constantly brought up Michiro, and his voice actor also, the guy that does Yu's voice now. I don't know his name, I forgot. So that's just kind of funny. That they would bring that up, but watch me forgot that Michiro's still in a coma. They brought it up apparently in the presentation yesterday. Can't say anything YouTube terms service is gonna strike me down. It is indeed your boy. Fun fact in my group. Fun fact guy in my group was ready to sell his Welstra. That's silly. Welstra's, I think, still even playable now. But as they made your groovy, Blau Kluger, most Jewel Knights, Dolte. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I did remember. Yeah, I heard yesterday they said that they made Dolte. Yeah. Okay, you know, I like a lot of those cards actually. But I wouldn't tired of him losing. Yeah, that'd be nice. Oh, Shota, though Bushi likes calling him. What? Since he was in Buddy Fight since Triple D. So yeah, we got Welstra back, which is interesting because we also got Masanori back. I like Taizo as a character. They didn't really do a lot with him in Will Dress. I like that he's back. The fact that he lost every single game really did nothing. And then now he's in the new season and allegedly, right, he's one of the fated 6 that will save the world or whatever. Kind of odd, considering that none of the other main characters fit that description, but fine. He got a big old mecha arm. Fine. I hope it's the kind of thing where, like, over the series, right, he just starts getting, like, more fucking equipment. He just turns into this giant fucking monstrosity over time. So he just gets more pieces attached to it. That would look really cool. Hey, Saxy, how's it going? Not saving him to fight for the win. Well, it's gonna be fight. They're gonna save the world. Don't come at me like they're not gonna save the world. Having 2 new start decks, instead of 2, your decks got upgrades. His Riz. So clearly he must be fated to save the world because he got all the Riz in the world. Him and his unit, but you thank God. I never say never. The voice actor is in-house, I believe, so I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back. They will find some way to keep his VA around, even by making him a little chosen one, just to figure out what to do with him. Yeah. Throw hands at me because I had milk. Eesh. Well, good luck with that. They better not be going to save the world. They're gonna save the universe. Yeah, basically. At that point, fucking the seeds of Grifogila that what's his face, not Jiva, but the other one blew up. They're gonna like spread to other planets and shit, or other universes, or whatever the fuck. And they're gonna have to deal with that. But yeah, this is the one I'm the most excited about. He looks the coolest. I already liked Welstra. I'm looking forward to some sort of upgrade to Welstra. Just thematically, or I don't know if thematically it makes sense, but like in terms of like what happened in Will Dress, doesn't make any fucking sense to me. But again, I'll be optimistic. I'll let that slide. Then we got Masanori, which makes even less sense to me. Even less sense to me. Why this dude is one of the fated people. But yeah, the new Zorga looks cool. Sure, but I don't understand why he's back. But fine. Okay. So we have to stand now, I guess. So got the fucking trident spear. Ugh. Sure, an Eldritch Horror. Essentially, yeah. That would like that a lot, right? Like the same thing with Welstar, with like progressively they get more things. Progressively, this motherfucker gets more ridiculous. Or by the end of it, he's unrecognizable. That would be dope. But he's a sociopath, right? And then now I have to root for him. I don't really understand, to be fair. But So when you said 3 years of consistent Zorga support, even though they've gotten support since they've come out. I don't know why Zorga players like to pretend like they don't get support. Like they always get support constantly. They try to talk to me, a Barrel Magus player, talk about how Zorga doesn't get support. You dead ass. You guys have 3 forms now 4. You're gonna tell me Zorga doesn't get consistent support? I swear to God, I will eat you alive. I will chop your head off and poop in it and then eat it if you tell me that Zorga doesn't get consistent support. When it gets support constantly, and they'll like to be like, nah, from like October to December, our deck wasn't number 1, so like it just wasn't fair to us. He feud with the grandma. Yeah, he does look like it. I forgot what the name was, but the first crit they got. So it makes sense for the dramas to have someone like Masanori there be Chojin, so you can murder and kill Chojin. Wait, still fate. I don't know, I guess. It's just... They just pick the 2... Maybe not so much Masanori, but they just pick 2 somewhat unremarkable to an extent characters in terms of, like, the story, right? And they, like, super elevated them. Right. Which is kind of odd, but whatever. Need a new Flagberg or a Glory or a Maelstrom? Yeah. Don't break terms of services. Who's Flagberg? Who's Maelstrom? Yeah. He's been getting constant support. Everything. Yep. Constantly. You only know Chris Rain? Miss Temptation. That will continue, unfortunately. Bloodzorgus. I mean... the funny thing is you could just be saying octopus. Both ways of that, both interpretations would be accurate, but Zorga did cause the dragon tree. You know, that's a good point. He I totally forgot that this was like, you know, Zorga mask. Are we just gonna like not acknowledge that, or we're just gonna move on from that? Like, would like to see what happens with that. He's easy to get, and he's been doing work for Vanguard forever. Then give him a new character. What the fuck? He doesn't have to be Masanori. It doesn't make sense. There makes more sense. Any of the main cast makes sense. But I think that it makes a bit of sense to not bring back the other bigger characters right away, so it's a big thing when they do return. I get that from that standpoint. Totally makes sense. But the fact that they made it like a whole plot that it's like they're like these fated 6 that are gonna get these fated 6 cards, or like all this stuff. I'm butchering the plot a bit because I don't remember all the details, but that's the general concept, right? It's like these fated 6 and they'll do this and that. But then you pick like some dude that loses all his matches, and then like the bad guy from the previous series. It's kind of like Fate maybe couldn't pick like some better candidates or whatever, but I'll digress on that. When they do return, the tree broke, the masks are no longer there. I think it actually like still is in the lore from what I remember. Like they still have the power to use the masks. It's kind of just there or something, but I'm not very well versed in the lore, so I don't like Monster 200, just Unity plays. Yeah. He just holds it. I guess that's true. Yeah, he never put it on. As a character, like Shoma does. Specifically designed to be unlikable. Yeah. So it's still there in the lore, so that's why it's kind of interesting. But we'll see where that goes. But all right, that's enough about these guys. Forget these guys. This is what we're here to talk about. Green Mass is post-tree arc. Oh, that's interesting. This is what we're here to talk about. Her. She defied all expectations. All expectations, bro. They came in here and they were all like, yo, we're gonna make a girl and we're gonna put a flower on her. And they like had every possible avenue to just go back into the same well and be like, all right, she's gonna have an older brother, she's gonna be super into him, she's gonna play these plants, we're gonna support them set 2 and then set 13 and then maybe again set 18 or something like that. And they decided to, for once, throw all that shit in the trash. And they gave us a red girl. No more green girl. No more Tokoha, no more Urara, no more Megumi, none of this shit. They gave us a red girl, finally. None of this, oh, girls only play nature and stuff. fuck that. She got whatever this is. I honestly, I can't make heads or tail of it, but the fact that they gave this to her is perfect. I could have swore she had pants on. I don't remember having shorts when they showed like the teaser, but whatever. She's just great. Super excited for this. 100% my favorite character. Her unit, I can't get behind it just yet. I'll have to see what it does, but her, win. Absolute win. I also like her voice actor, so good to go. I thought I assumed she was Dragon Empire from the start. Really? I don't know. I just assumed there was gonna be another green girl because the way it didn't have any color, but they just did like the line in like green and it kind of looked like a flower. So I was like, oh my god. Here we go again. Dragon looks 6. Dragon looks 6. I keep putting an S at the end. Dragon looks sick. There we go. The second looking motherfucker has a dark and light katana. Oh shit. I didn't even notice that. Hold up. He do be having a dark and light katana, bro. Oh. Hold the phone. That's pretty lit. And he got the fucking... Okay, hold up now. Opinions might have changed. He brings up an amazing point. That is really dope. All right, but there might be something here. Okay. This might have moved up. I might actually play Dragon Empire now. This might have moved up right under Welser right now. Okay, pretty good. Luffy. They'll call her Luffy. In this dragon, you had a D&D Dragonborn who had this. The new girl was all hyped up. Megumi will still be stuck with a 2-year-old boss unit. We'll get to that. So yeah, her, my favorite character out of all of these. It's literally her, then Taizo, and then the deck that I'm most excited about is Welstra, and then this. I don't know the name of any of these units. So I'm just gonna say this thing. This is probably third. I don't know if I care too much about the character yet, because I don't really care too much about like idol stuff. I do like this unit. I'm probably gonna get blocked from Azim for saying this. I'm not super into the mermaid aesthetic, but I am very happy that she's not some fucking schoolgirl going to school and shit. Not everyone is, yeah. Like, I don't mind it being mermaids again because it's not schoolgirls, but I wish it was just like something else. Because like they've already done mermaids, right? That's all Bermuda, and then we got schoolgirls, which is a bit much. So I was kind of hoping for something. I don't know what. Honestly, what other category they could do there? But we're going back to mermaids, which I guess if I had to choose between the two, fine. But and not like I don't like the schoolgirls. It's just when everyone is a schoolgirl, that's kind of boring, right? But not schoolgirl, she looks surreal and goddess like. Yeah, absolutely. Very interested to see how this plays out. Very interested to see how this plays out, honestly. For a couple of different reasons. Loves this and I'm glad for him. She's gorgeous. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely looks great. And it's like, it's tasteful, it looks great, she looks cool, she looks hot, she looks cute, she's got everything. She's everything, man. Absolutely love it, right? Absolutely great. Top notch, right? The only thing I know about the character is that, like, from what I remember vaguely hearing, she was like an idol and like, she's not anymore, like it failed or something like that. So we'll see how that goes. They tend to always not do great with those kind of storylines, so I'm not really looking forward to that initially. Her design, she kind of falls under the, like Akina, where it's kind of like simple. It's kind of like simple in a good way, but she could add a little bit more drip. Just a little bit, but all right. It is indeed basically Lady Labyrinth, but if she was a fish. She and Zergo are the mages for the fighters. I don't know, bro. She could be stabbing someone with the staff, bro. You never know. The color scheme is so euphoric. It's fantastic and easily one of the best looking boss units. Indeed, yeah. I would absolutely agree. Absolutely. I am interested to see what this looks like in an actual card, right? Tasteful? I mean, is it not tasteful? Oh, she... Like 80% of her is covered. I don't know. That feels tasteful to me. Oh But the other one I was wondering about is how this is gonna look on a card. Like, I'm assuming they're gonna crop it by like his head here, and then the arm will be right above the text box. But I don't know, we'll have to see how that looks, because yeah, this looks really pretty. Sure would be nice to get this in SP instead of FFR, but yeah, we'll have to see. Smells like a fear. I was about to say, like, if that's not tasteful, I don't know what is. Also, yeah, not only is Lyrical Monasterio in the anime, but they're also confirmed to be in set 1, which is pretty huge in of its own. We kind of got a tease of that when they did the start decks, and the real Lyrical was going to be one of them, right? And then they said like they're gonna have PGs as the promos, but it's like they said also these PGs are gonna be in the first set, and we're like, oh man, that means Lyrical's in set 1, and now it's actually confirmed. I really hope that she actually gets to do stuff, right? But we'll touch on that in a little bit. We got the last guy here, which I would assume most people, knowing that I play a lot of Dark States, think that this is who I'm most excited about. Staff, it's a trident. It's not a trident. that's a whole ass staff. There's no points, nothing. That's just a stick, bro. She just took a stick, put a cup, she ate a fish, and put the end of the fish on the end here. This is not a trident. It's a whole ass stick, bro. There's a mic on top. Ah, yeah, I guess that's probably a mic. I was hoping she'd. All right, fine. This thing will be the 2 attacking Vanguard because of the Dragon States, the Dark States LT. Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like this is just gonna be a restanding Vanguard, which is kind of boring. I like the design. It is Daisuke Izuka, which means I can't really tell a lot of the details going on here. Oh, because there's so many crazy intricate details that like my mind just gets lost. But it looks cool. Its name is like something Joker, I think. Or maybe I'm making that up. So that has me intrigued. Oh no, it's not. I don't. Is that the name? I haven't actually looked at the names. No, that can't be the name. Is that the name? I don't fucking know. I could have swore it was like something somewhere had Joker in it, but I don't know what this is gonna do. I don't know how this is gonna work out. It reminds me of a deleter, yeah, a Luber. I have a feeling that he'll be deleters. There's such a thing as too much detail, yeah. One thing is that since the anime decks are split into set 1 and 2, we might be seeing support for the quick start decks in those as well, since Zorga is in set 2, Waterboy might get some. That would make sense, yeah, if they pair them up that way. I feel like they'd have to support all of them to an extent. I don't know how they're gonna do that, to be honest. Faded one of 0 Blangdmeyer. I don't know how I feel about that. Why is his name gonna have bland in it, bro? I know there's a G before the D, but I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about his name being bland. Yeah, I don't know. I have to see what it does. Initially, I'm like, yep, that's the one for me, which is kind of sad because this is my nation, but I'll wait and see what it does. I'm not against it. I'm just not immediately hyped about it. This is maybe 3rd or 4th actually after the Mermaid, right? Putting probably Zorga in last place and then this in like 5th place. Again, we'll have to just wait and see. Yeah, I think that's why I was confused, because I went to this and it said faded. So I guess they're all have some sort of fade in their name, which I guess is fine. Wonder if DBO 3 could have encounters and support. So I was thinking, that what they're gonna do now is that they'll do the same. They might do the same thing, where we'll have sets for the anime, and then towards the end of the anime season, they'll have in between that they'll have the encounter set. But now that encounter set will also include support for the stuff from before Divines, right? So I think that's how they're gonna handle that. Maybe, I don't know. Aside from like making generics and stuff like that, I think that's how that's gonna go. Unless of course it shows up in anime in some way, shape, or form. I don't think we've seen an example of a card of like a unit being used by two people prominently, aside from like blasters and like apparently what's her face use Ezel. That's probably the only example, but those are two different series within the same. Those are two different formats, I should say. Within the same format, I don't think we have a situation of like someone playing one deck and then in the next series someone plays the same unit, whether upgraded or not, but like that's their main thing, right? I don't think that's a thing, especially not like especially not from like super minor characters. Like I know we have like minor characters that play the decks other people play, but I don't know. I like the suit he has on. He looks like a count. Yeah, like I can get behind most of it. I'm not saying I don't like the design, I just don't immediately jump on this design, so. We're getting counters. Shut up, back. We're getting counters whether you like it or not. We need a Return of Glory Maelstrom. If they bring encounters, screw Glory Maelstrom. Who cares about that? Bring me Venus Lucier. Maelstrom can wait for 2-3 more sets. He'll be fine. Give me Venus Lucier. That's all that matters. Sorry, his name. Maelstrom doesn't matter. I feel like Brant main, but I don't care about Welcher at all. Have you played the deck? I feel like you might like the deck if you played it, but I don't know if you have, especially because you like. Well, I guess it's not as like high rolly as Gravidia, but upgraded Flagberg is the Aqua Dragon that matters. Yeah. Hot take: I don't like the Scythe. Yeah. With another Scythe, yeah. I can agree with that. We have enough of this. Something else would have been nice. It kind of makes sense, to be fair, for Dark States, you know, Macabre, Darkness, Grim Reaper. Kind of makes sense. But we have seen Scythes a gazillion times. So that kind of makes sense. Okay, never mind. Zim is just throwing away well, he's taking away the staples that he can use, but Flagberg Maelstrom, throwing that in the trash. Till his where is it? Till the queen shows up here. But alright, so that's this. We'll just have to wait and see what this does, honestly. I think they said next week they're gonna reveal this. Or no, I think it's the start deck one. Never mind. It's a start deck one, not this. So we'll eventually get this. I hope they take it nice and slow. I don't want to know right away because I'm not going to be able to play this till like, I don't fucking know, like April or something like that. So I mean, I really want to know what it does, but I can you know, stay in anticipation. And then this is just the main character's sister, not important. She's not going to do anything plot relevant. Speaking of not doing anything plot relevant. Hey Ed, how's it going? Making a giant cartoony hammer? I mean, giant hammer would be kind of cool. He's in set 2, so we have time. That is true. Dark States Scythe Man, number 87. I don't think we have a lot of Scythes in Dark States, but no. I just have to go into the coma. I thought you were talking about Mega Ruby for a second, so I laughed. But no, you meant the like sister character, yeah. Just casual motivation for the main character, yeah. So we're not gonna spend any time on that unless they decide to do something with that and surprise us for once, but we'll see. Pillswise loses off screen and disappears again. So I don't know how this is gonna play out, because they've kind of set her up to be like the new Kamori and G kind of thing. But like I was so hyped when they said that, and then I was just like, I was like, oh my god, and then they showed Magnolia Elder, and I was just like. It's literally like that meme where it's like, and then never mind. Sit back down, bro. Because they couldn't even bother to give her a new unit. They gave her the unit from set 4. She has an upgraded one, right? Magnolia Bass. And now they're doing the one from set 4 nearly like, I don't know how long ago. So... I can't say I have a lot of hope for any progression here. When they couldn't even bother. Like, if they didn't show her with the unit, then there could have been some mystery. But the fact that they literally just show Elder, it's kind of like, oh, okay. So literally nothing's changed, right? You just took off the hat. got her a job. All right, whatever. A lot of people have been talking about that she doesn't have the like Donji hair clip thing, which is cool. So hopefully that whole thing is done and she can actually be a character now. But we all know episode 1, frame 3 of her showing up, it's gonna be like, I wonder how Aniki's doing instantly. If not, if she doesn't mention Big Bro or hints at Big Bro in some sort of way, shape, or form in her first appearance, which I'm assuming is in the first episode, I will. What can I do? What can I do? Let's see. What if she had the clip in the other side of her head? She just turns and she's like, or no, they'll show it in the anime. She'll like get ready and then she'll put the clip on. Oh god. Kamui was in the poster for G at least? Yeah. Simple solution to the end of Megumi Slender, make her not suck, yeah. Although lore-wise the leading figure for story's Kea, so I think we will see how it plays out. Yeah. Like, I'm not upset. I like Elder. I'm glad it, you know, it'll come back and whatnot and get support. I like that. Especially, it gives hope that older stuff will get support. The fact that it's on Megumi, who we know they don't care anything about, is the only deck that they're showing, aside from the 2 that got upgraded, that's getting, like, legacy support, doesn't inspire hope, honestly. If like this is their way of saying like, oh, all those old decks you used to play, we're gonna treat her like we treat Megumi, that's not great. But I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. Hype for this. You love Maggie? Me too. She got those Strider final grade 3s. Yeah, I mean, I think I've said it at the beginning of the stream, I think set 13 Magnolia Elder is actually not half bad, because yeah, you have the Stride thing, you have Philander, which is insane. So the deck is actually pretty good. I don't know how it plays against everything else, but in a bubble by itself, the deck plays really nice. All right, I'm not gonna tell you, oh, it can beat Shunui, because I know that's all that matters or whatever, but the deck is really fun and really good right now, I think. Complete overall support revamp to work? Nah, I think you're selling Elder too short. The deck is not that bad. You got y'all's eyes rating. She's gonna run a bucket in phone sales. Don't worry, checks your body can't cash. We'll see. In the same vein, you had Kamui down bad for Emily. No. Yeah, that is true. That was a thing that happened. But they were at least the same age. No. I don't really know. I mean, it was like 5 years. But I don't know. I guess I just like characters that are down bad for people. Even though I don't like Megumi, but I'm talking about her constantly and I vouch for her constantly. So apparently she's one of my favorite characters somehow. Just by sheer association that he's the character I talk about the most when it comes to Overdress. Put Mag in the first Divine Tournament? Yeah. Kamui and G barely did anything. Bro, Kamui did everything he needed to do. I will not stand for this Kamui slander in this household. Kamui is everything. He's love and he's life. Grade 3 upgrade Copium so we can pretend to be surprised when she loses again with the same old Magnolia grade 3. We'll see. When kills Fedora. What are your thoughts on Deer Days? Yeah, I'll get into that. Mott's in the dungeon. Mott, get him. He's lost his composure. Get his ass. That's right. Kamui is indeed Vest Boy. This fight against Ghidorah was so cool. I love Kamui. Yes, Kamui is the best. Did not like Kamui at all in the OG. Yeah, no, he was kind of annoying. I liked all of his cards, but his voice kind of annoyed. Especially in the dub, they picked the absolute worst. I don't know if, I don't want to say voice actor, but at least the worst direction for their voice actor in the dub. It is so grating and obnoxious. I want to punch myself in the face because they make a lot of good choices, right? Kai is fine. Aichi is good. Misaki, She comes off way too bitchy in the dub. I don't like that at all. Emmy's fine. Kamui, ugh. And then like one of his like friends is just like, it's just literally a girl voice, right? I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like a boy, but it's just they're not even like trying to do like a young boy, haha, your voice is a little bit. No, it's just a girl doing a voice. It's just the girl talking, and it's just like, you couldn't like do a voice. But like some of them are fine. I think Ren was like, I don't remember Ren. I know Tetsu was ass. I did not like Tetsu at all. Asaka was fine. Morikawa, yeah, Morikawa was perfect. Absolutely perfect in the dub. Amazing. I loved dub Morikawa so much. But yeah. Hoping Megumi's the same. Yeah, hopefully. Dub was it was like fine, but they could have definitely done some better jobs with some of the voice acting, I think. You're gonna pay me to watch the dub. But yeah. So hopefully she does like a Kamui glow up. They didn't even bother to like really change her up, which is kind of boring. Like she has different clothes on, but she doesn't look visually different. You know, Kamui had a huge glow up. She just kind of looks the same. I know it hasn't been a long time, so that kind of I guess makes sense, but no. Then we got this, which was honestly one of my biggest disappointments. Because I was super hyped when they announced that they got the voice actor from Lelouch, and I was just like, oh shit, never mind, maybe I'll actually like the main character now. And it's this. The voice, like, I'm sure it'll be fine, but it's just like, come on, man. Lelouch, you couldn't. You better like transform into something cool, but like, come on, man. Yeah, I guess it's adorable. It's just like, and the juxtaposition is funny and all. It's just like, come on, you got Lelouch. And this is what you give him? Alright, fine. Absolutely fine. Can we reverse? Those are one of my favorite skins, and that was my second favorite skin, I think, in Vanguard Zero. So you just a lot of the reverse skins were actually surprisingly good. You just had your cozy geese a year ago. The wound is still fresh. Oh boy. It looks so goofy. I want to like a basketball. Yeah. I think my problem is that its face makes it look like a horse. So the rest of the body kind of confused me because he just looks like a little pony. So that just makes me take him way less serious. And he has like these little horns, but we'll see. So fine, but that's the anime. You know, we'll see where this goes. They did a good enough job. Me, who did not like overdress and will dress, and I'm very open about that. I'm willing to give this a shot, and I'm actually pretty excited to see the first episode, see how things play out. Then we got this, right? So we got the divine skills that they mentioned that I've seen people be a little bit too negatively about for no reason. No worries. That is a Digimon. Yeah, it kind of looks like a stage 1 or a rookie Digimon. Yeah. I've started Attack on Titan from the beginning so I can catch up when I dropped off. Yeah, everyone keeps throwing these buddy fight turns, bro. If you take a shot every time a Vanguard player casually mentions a buddy fight term that I'm supposed to just know, I would have liver poisoning. Yeah, so this is the divine skill. It's once per game skill that only these guys have. I'm interested to see how this plays out. I do see a bit of a balancing issue with this in terms of it being once per game, so it has to be really strong. But to do this so soon in the beginning of the series, I think is a bad idea. I think once they get their like upgrade or whatever, then that having a divine skill, that I think would have made a lot more sense, to be honest, because then later on they have a better sense of how things are going. To do this right away, I don't know. I feel like they're gonna make these skills kind of ass in the beginning with like 1 or 2 outliers, and then later on they'll be a lot stronger. But we'll see. Shman said overturn, and overturn was the beginning of the end of Buddy Fight. Yeah, so I've heard. This feels like the final turn, the game mechanic, possibly. Their own assumption, I feel like these once per game skills will be similar to the Zareth skills, for their retrospective nations. That would be interesting. If not so much in terms of you're probably talking about the actual skill, I'm guessing. That would be interesting. I was thinking it would be interesting if it has the kind of thing where it has like a huge cost, or something like that. You can only do once per game, not like a mega blast or anything like that, but like maybe you have to like banish your entire ride deck or something like that in order to do this. That would be kind of cool if it has that kind of mechanic behind it. So it's literally once per game. But I'm interested to see how this plays out. A lot of people have just been thinking that this is going to be super strong. I feel like that's kind of ridiculous. Especially since we literally know nothing about it except that it's once per game. So we'll have to just wait and see. Similar idea for a mechanic where it's once per game and they were broken as shit, but only given to a certain max ready deck. So either play those super power crept decks or die. Yeah, that's not good game design. And it's not that range anything me most of the time. I think it'll be fine. It reminds me of Pokemon V-Star moves. Yeah, basically. Everything like Buddy Fight, there'll be a follow-up keyword to Divine skill that functionally breaks the once per turn rule. I don't know. That's yeah, I can see that happening, right? Because the thing is that they have to set the bar pretty high, right? So it has to be a skill that's once per game, so it has to be really strong. But because it's in the first set, in the first wave of support, they have to super correct and make it shitty, presumably. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a disaster, and then it's gonna be underwhelming. So then they're gonna have to do things like that, where they have like a thing where it's like, oh, you can do it twice per game now if you do whatever, and that's kind of late. So that's why I think they should have done this later on, throughout the series, like after season 1 or 2, they get their upgraded form, stuff's happening, and it's like, oh, now I have a divine skill. Oh, that would have been like later down the line. Like, I know we're already, this is set 14, right? But I don't know. I feel like the energy costs would have been a better main mechanic to focus on now, and then later on add divine skills. Especially doing it for like a story perspective, right? Where they get their like Egyptian god card equivalent and they can do it. So super divine skill where you can use 2 overturns and overthrow. Wonder if ruling is 1 divine skill per game or 1 each divine skill per game, like upgrades have different divine skills. That's a good question. Yeah, because like what if I ride into a different one, right? So this must be, it's probably just the keyword divine skill, and it says you can only use this, you can only activate a divine skill once per game, right? That's probably how they're going to do it. So that even if you like ride a different one, you can't do it anymore. So it'll probably be like that's probably how the keyword works. It has to put a second ulti into your deck. I was about to play Devil Advocate and say, yeah, this is still set 14 despite being the first set of the series. Yeah, and I feel like we're already at a good enough high level. I feel like this is a bit much, right? Like, I feel like they could ease into this a little bit more. I get we're in set 14, but I don't know. We have to see what power level these things come in at. It just feels like a once per turn thing. I feel that getting out of hand pretty quickly. That can very easily get out of hand. I'm not saying Bushiroad will get out of hand with it. I'm just saying it's very easy for that to get out of hand right away. But we'll like I always say, we just have to wait and see. I am interested to see how this plays out. And if like maybe other cards will get it, or if it's just unique to these, which I'm assuming they will be based on like the lore, but who knows, right? Have another attack phase? Ugh. By the way, your cards do 6 attacks, here's 12 attacks? Oh, hopefully not. But yeah, that's the anime. And then we got this, right? We're just basically, the whole stream is just gonna be talking about news, which is fine. We got this, which is the breakdown of how the new sets are gonna go. The first 2 sets are gonna go. So we have Lyrical in the main box. We have, I believe, confirmed that both sets will support all nations, which I don't know how I feel about. I was kind of hoping they would do like maybe some nations in one box. Like as crappy as that is, I think like we're far enough in the game where that's like okay, right? Because they've run into this issue where they keep trying to support everything, and a lot of people are kind of pessimistic and unhappy that Lyrical's not included. So now, you know, pull rates are going to be skewed because now there's another nation in the mix. As far as we know, there's no changes to the box structure. I did see a graphic a while back where I think they're changing how the boxes work to an extent, but I think it was just for Weiss. I don't remember. So it is a bit concerning how they're gonna pull it off. I think it would have made more sense if they just did like these 4 nations. Like maybe only these 4 get triple rares, and then you can still do every nation in a set, but they only get double rares or commons and whatnot. I think that probably would fix that and make things a little bit better. In general, I think the solution is that, I mentioned this on Twitter, is that you just have to strengthen the actual other cards instead of relying on triple rares being the only cards that you pull from the set, right? It should be that the rares and commons are also good, so kind of like spread that out so it's not all top loaded on the triple rare, and then I think it won't be that big of an issue if your clan only gets 1 or 2, or your nation only gets 1 or 2 triple rares. It'll be fine. Circle set 2 means Magnolia likely is in set 1. Possibly. That would make sense, yeah. Planet TCG have managed 6 deck classes in each set forever, but they also have different box and pack and everything structure, so I think if they up pull rates for triple R's per box, I think it would ease the worries for most. Also, no more shit. Yeah, it's just basically they just have to make the card quality better, because I don't think like making more triple R's in the box, I don't think that necessarily fixes the issue if the rest of the box is shit. They just have to make it so that everything is it's a better quality product overall. That does mean less bulk in a set. Yeah, a lot less crap in a set. A lot less random Dragon Tree cards that say, oh, if 55 different conditions occur, you can CB1 and draw 1. A lot less crap like that, right? A lot less unnecessary stuff. Triple R sounds so bad. Also make appropriate triple R's into double R's, like G had bosses and double R's. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Now, that's why I don't want everyone to focus on the specific number of triple rares, because I think that's the issue in and of itself, is that triple rares themselves are valued too much. I think that should just really just be like boss units or something like that, and nothing else, right? Like these should just be your triple rares and like something else, I don't know what, but it should kind of just be that, and like every other support piece should be spread out in the lower tiers, so you don't have to get a bunch of triple R's in a box. You don't have to worry about that. That's really how it should be. They've done a somewhat good job with like the newer decks that they've released, like Zelda Lance, Luan, Gandiva, I thought there was another one, Alden, right? That's kind of the structure they need to do, where it's like one triple rare, which is the unit, the main Vanguard unit, and then all the other support is spread out within the other rarities, right? You have your double rare support, your rare support, your common support, all in one set. That's kind of what I'm expecting to happen here, because they've done that for a while with new decks, so I'm kind of expecting that to happen. But I personally love finally having Lyrical main set. Waiting for support sucks indeed. Rares and commons worth a shit. Yeah. In order to set bulk crap was bad support for archetypes. That's kind of the same what it is now. The lag VDM has is a $1 at most. Remember all the garbage barrel support? Yeah. Thanks for reminding me. Uh, but yeah, we just have to wait and see what happens here. They showed like the product description, and it doesn't show. It says parallels, but doesn't specifically mention SPs or FRs or anything like that. But it's still up in the air. We also don't know about like secrets, DSRs. We don't know any about that stuff yet, so we'll just have to kind of wait and see. Angel Feather time? I hope so. ZX, but I highly doubt it. I don't think it'll happen because it's a main character clan, so it'll be a lot more simpler. Kind of like in like fighting games where you have like Ryu, and it's just like the Shotas, and they're a lot more simpler for you to like learn the game, a lot more balanced. I don't think this is gonna be something super technical heavy, unfortunately. If they upgrade the quality of commons, Paper Vanguard can be a thing, yeah. And they're in a good spot to do that, right? Because they have so many decks they can support now, so there's no need for all these random bullshit commons. Just instead make that support for all the other stuff. You just be a random common, right? You can give every deck a random common sometimes, random R sometimes, and that's fine. They get one card and just make it not shit. Just make it. It doesn't have to be, oh my god, this fixes the deck. No, it just has to be an option they can play. That's it, and that'll be fine. Sometimes they'll get a better upgrade. Sometimes they just get something they can actually play, like make the cards playable. Because right now in Overdress, I can look at the whole card list, and I swear like 50% of it is just not playable in any deck, in any way, shape, or form. And that needs to stop, honestly. Should be a fun time. They do think about alternate formats in design. I mean, you're talking about the game that has 3 different formats, but I get what you're saying. Alright, set 11 format with all the random Jang support, and well, random commons that archetype lock, but with double hard levels of crack. No, that's a bit much. But to an extent, yeah, kind of that. I would rather more generic cards too, but like the thing that they're doing now where they combine stuff, right? Where it's like Leonor and Granfia, right? They can very easily do that, but I'd rather it be a little bit more. I'd rather it be a lot less cut and dry when they do that, so it'll be something that specifically supports plant tokens, specifically supports grade 3s in Soul, right? A lot less specifically name-based, but still like combines decks and supports multiple decks at once. What if Barrel gets a god common that makes him usable in Divines? Well, that would be great, but I have no faith. Anything barrel related right now, so holy crap, this fixes the deck. No, you can't do that every single time, and a lot of decks don't even need fixing. They just need other cards and other support. So finally, a cool player. I don't know why it took them so long, but she's here. I mean, they had one before where they just did absolutely nothing with her except celebrate her birthday for some reason. But I'm ready for ducking arm of capitalism. Yeah, we were flat. Don't worry. Yeah, we're broken. We're just past. We give up. Trying Shadowverse evolve and seeing how solid some silver and that's exactly the point that I'm trying to make here. Exactly why. Cause great point. Cause I have this right set 13, and I was super excited for this, and I opened some of the cards, and I was just like, I don't care about a lot of these cards. Meanwhile, the new whatever Umamatsume set from Shadowverse, I'm literally looking at every card and reading it, like, oh, this can be in this. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Oh, look at this. That's kind of what they need to do here. Game makes despise how bad low rarity slots are treated in Vanguard, which they started out really good, right? And from time to time they'll do really good things, but they're just they'll make a really good rare and common, and then they'll go back and be like, oh, by the way, if you have 3 Dragon Tree markers, Counterblast, Soul Blast, draw 1. But Masume. Okay, sorry. Masume. Close enough. Gina's dead and gone. I hate it. I mean, never say never. He might come back as like a zombie or something. Zombie would have gone. We still don't have horse ghost either. Yeah. have a good comments a long time ago. Yeah, just play it. They don't have to be good, right? I don't want game breaking. I don't want to fix the decks. I just want it to be playable. That's all I'm saying. Like, just make it playable, right? Also clone cards. Yeah, they still do that right now, where they just give the same nation all the same cards, just with, you know, different condition, but whatever. 5k plus power, which isn't so bad, which is funny how much this used to make a difference in the beginning, but yeah. It's just the fact that they like give you the stupidest requirement to get just 5k, but for every horo mushroom, there's like 12. Yep, if your Vanguard is handy man. No, if your opponent's Vanguard is handy manny and it is the end phase of their turn, you can select them to get 2k for every card in your opponent's deck. Or something like that. That's even too strong. I'm sorry. For every card in your opponent's for every Vanguard on your opponent's Vanguard circle, you get 2k. That's the kind of shit they write. Like, there's literally a card that says if you have 6 whole ass fucking units, a whole board, when it boosts, right? So not even when it attacks. If you have a whole board and you boost, then you target your opponent's Vanguard, and then for every 2 grades, this unit gets 2k. So at best, I have a whole ass fucking board, and I play 1 card just to have that little fucker get 2k, maybe 4k if I'm fighting against Jack Jeweled. And that is it. And then, oh no, but you can use it against Griffo-Willia, and it becomes 10k. Man. Against power plus 4k. Wonder if they'll fully integrate Lyrical into the main set, or if they'll still try and also release a separate product for Lyrical. I'm triggered by +2 after drive. I mean, if they do that, that wouldn't be so bad. If they not +2, if they like still have separate sets, if they bring back like extra boosters or something like that, I wouldn't mind that, especially for like high rarity things. But this does bring up a question where there's like 21, I think, decks ride lines in Lyrical. How all them girls, they're fresh out of college or whatever the fuck, and now they ain't got no job, bro. They ain't got no set, they ain't got nothing, bro. Herminia, all of them, they ain't got nothing. They graduated, and now Bushi's like, all right, fucking make it on your own with all the shit you got from the past. But we'll see how it goes. Has a card that gets +1 crit if you're your opponent's father. Oh man, remember CB1 again, 1k. Yeah, hey, at least that wasn't once per turn. Nowadays you'll get that once per turn. This card boosts a unit with grades 2 and 4. Opponent is grade 5. You went to Waffle House and got a Grand Slam on a Tuesday, and if your mom left you get 5k power to the end of that battle. Not even end of turn. End of that battle. Oh man, yeah. Vanguard Wikia and the right deck list is there. Nah, man, screw that. You go to Tier Maker, because this is literally the only reason I make tier lists or tier list templates, is so that I can just click here and then look at all the decks here, right? But I think I might have taken some of them out already. So I have to go here to like edit, and go here to here, because I took out. I just took out these two. Okay, so I didn't take out any of the lyrical ones. Okay, so we're good. We're good. Let's go back. Literally the only reason I make tier lists is just to have images to look at, so that I can do like any sort of thoughts or planning, right? So we have how many lyrical girls we got here? Let's reset this. We got ourselves fucking these are 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, yeah, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. That's counting upgraded forms. That's counting upgraded forms, right? So I don't know how they're gonna get any support, but girls ain't gonna have to pay their student debt somehow. I don't know.
Card is not a joke to make characters that use it against them. Please stop. I forgot which anime it was. It was either Buddy Fight or something else that I saw the first episode of, and I just could not get into it. And I don't remember if it was Buddy Fight or it was some other thing. A lot of fish, yeah. That one was only in Japan for potential racial concerns. What? So yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work. I'm assuming we'll just get a bunch of generic cards. That's really the only route I can see Bushiroad working this out. Is generic cards. You pick 1 or 2 cards each set, give them a good, give them more support, and everyone just gets generic stuff that trickles down. Maybe bring back extra boosters, but I definitely see it being supported in like encounter sets, because the thing is that now that spot in the schedule, we have 2 gaps in the schedule now, because we don't have a spot for lyrical cards anymore, right? Because they're in the main set, and we don't have a spot for collabs anymore, which we kind of already lost last year. So that kind of frees up the schedule now for more D product to come through. But then this here is a huge gap, which I'm okay with. I'm always a big fan of these gaps. But this is coming out in February, and then the next set comes out in April. So there's a 2-month gap, which is great. I think that's great, especially for set 1. There's going to be a lot here, a lot of room to experiment, especially with the old stuff. That gives you a lot of time. Of course, this means we're not getting this in English until like maybe by the time they're announcing set 3 in like May, April. We don't know yet. So, but other than that, this is great. Extra booster sets would be cool. I think so, but like I don't know. At the same time, we'll have to see how it's done. It'll kind of be like the if it's something like the like festival collection, or like the triple R booster, maybe. But if it's just like it only supports certain things, I don't know if that's gonna sell well nowadays. Painful taco cards. What? How about a V product? Yeah, I'm still inhaling that opium. I don't know. There's a P product in between set 1 and 2. The deck set in Japan that comes out March. Okay. But that's a completely different format though. Figure out what to do with those 4 extra slots. Yeah. That weird errata premium special nectar. Yeah. Special nectar. Oh yeah. Damn, about P for P products to be relevant. That's not the case here. Well, maybe not in Japan. I think English cares about premium a lot more than Japan does, but doing enough deep reprints, yeah, triple rare was pretty good. Hear me out, we get a combined set April, and that's how we finally bridge the gap. I thought that's where they were going to when Kanani was talking about, and he brought up like the English side, but of course it's just all from like different vice translation, and I thought that's what he was going for, where he was saying like, oh, Chris had translated and said that he was saying that like overseas you get 50% of all the profits or something like that for Vanguard or whatever the case may be. So I thought it was going to lead to something like that, but it just did not. And I really thought this gap before after set 13 was going to lead also to us catching up, but apparently it's not. So I don't know, we'll have to see what happens. Combined set 1 and 2 would be crazy, absolutely insane. I'd have to be like 30 packs. 30 packs per box, 10 cards per pack with box toppers to make that work. And it's gonna be like $80. Maybe it'll probably be festive collection. I'd assume June will be Divine set 3 with counters. I agree, 100% agree with that. That would also assume that's the end of the anime season, which would make sense. That set 2 is the end of the anime season, so that might give us a hint of what's happening in the anime, with Zorga being in set 2. Maybe Masanori very quickly gets up to his old tricks, but we'll see. Also very interesting that they showed the Dragon Empire girl all the way here, and they showed the main character all the way here. So very interested how they do that. Like, I get they want to show the main character in the middle so he doesn't get lost to the sides. But very interesting that it shows Wellster. I guess Wellster was pretty popular, but yeah. Spam 2 gift strides, probably. Sensitive Fans Legionnaire, yeah, so I've heard it was really bad. It works out for Digimon and like everyone else, so we'll see. Trying to me to get hype about cards when I already know what's coming 2 sets later. 100% agree. That's why I'm super unhappy. I only dislike the gap because of what it translates into English. If we got this set at the same time, they could release the sets 3 months apart for all I give a shit. But if it's at the same time, oh, I'll be so happy. Say the word Starvader Fulton and Blaster Blade Seeker to any English player. It would be a CD panic attack. Hopefully they didn't just induce panic on everyone. The gap is one of my biggest issues with Vanguard personally. Yeah. Yep. I don't know if it's the same for you, Azim. I don't mind the gap. It's just the fact that it's, you know, exponential, or it's multiplied by 2 by the fact that then we also have to wait for it to get released in English too. So. I almost caught it, and then it slipped off, so I didn't get it in time. Maybe England will neck Japan if the gap was closer. Yeah, that's the main thing. I want us to be able to build decks on our own, discover the format on our own, instead of it just being, alright, what did Japan do? Okay, cool. I've gone on about that in other streams. We'll move on. In April. Oh no, this is in English. Okay, I was going to say, huh? Well, hold on. In January. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Man, she's so pretty. I really hope her deck is something I like. I hope it's not the kind of thing where it's like Basagra, where I really like Basagra, but I don't like playing Basagra. We can use the other photo. It's a little higher quality, I think. But so these guys, they're coming out January. So it's January, then set 2, then premium in March, then set, I'm sorry, start decks in January, set 1 February, set the premium March, April, set 2. That's what I meant to say. I also do not trust Bushi to have a small gap and not have 500 misprint erratas. Yeah. As much as I want them to combine them, I just don't think they're able to do it. Had they used this gap to like prepare for that, maybe, but to do it all of a sudden, it's not gonna happen without them like not giving us product for like 5 months or something like that. So if you wanted to place at a full-time movie secret, you have to buy 4 trial decks Bozo, because the Trill pairings in the set 16 did not happen. Yikes. It made me love Magnolia Mask so much more than any deck. Yeah, when I first started, I usually don't, but like when I first, like for every set, I usually don't look too much into what Japan's playing because I want to experience it for myself. But since I've been streaming more and I've been testing things out as soon as they come out, I've kind of hated that a bit. But when I first started playing, I didn't look about anything. And I just opened packs, saw Barrel Magus, thought it was dope, and then, you know, the rest was history. The only other option is to get those was to pull a Legion Rare in 3 months. Go play Buff Saga. No, I don't like the playstyle. So yeah, so these are the start deck. We have more information about the start decks now, in that we know for a fact they're not in the anime. Aside from the Red and the Keter one, which will be used in the Teaching Fight, Episode 1. We know that this is going to be for Korokoro, which is aimed at a younger demographic, and is also to teach you how to play the game. So it's literally a trial deck product. And also, she got banned. That's not what I wanted to point out. And also, we get this new whole ass mechanic, which is the energy generator. Ripozo. Yeah, indeed, Ripozo. I don't even know why I pulled it up. I have nothing to say about this other than like, cool. Goodbye, Ripozo. I have nothing else to say. This is the thing that I really wanted to talk about, to be honest. CB2 5K Vanguard. We'll see. I'm assuming they'll kind of support it and put some effort into it, because they're making a big effort to like get people into Vanguard with that product specifically. So for them to then have those cards suck and not be supported, that's a really bad look. That's not gonna work out, I think. I would say, right, it would be similar to Digimon. Yeah. At first, I kind of thought it was that, but it didn't make a lot of sense to me. So I figured it was going to be something like this, where essentially we have a mana system now to an extent, right? We have a mana system. This is something that we've kind of talked about a bit throughout the years when they started with like the Stride deck crest, where it was like, okay, fine, give everyone a crest that does something, like make grade 1s have 5k shield. And they kind of gave us that. So now you can, in your ride deck, have one crest. So now the total amount of cards that you have in your deck went from 50 to a whopping 55, plus any tokens or whatever you have, or extra deck, or whatever the case may be. Which sucks for me, because now I have to dig through my unorganized pile of sleeves to find all the correct sleeves for all my decks. Who's the person that got her banned? Please don't start. That dumbass argument. Can't believe people are complaining or arguing, trying to take credit for that. Like, who cares? Bro, I did it. It was me all along. I'll take full credit of it. Okay, there. Argument solved. Anyways. So yeah, so now we can use this. It's in your ride deck. You get it, I think as soon as you ride the first time. I don't know if it says it anywhere. Yeah, okay. So it says auto in the ride deck. When you ride, you put it into the crest zone immediately, right? So you don't have to auto the starters. You just put it in, and if you went second, you get 3 energy. And then every time, the beginning of your ride phase, you get 3 energy. So I don't know why they chose these numbers specifically. But you have a max of 10, and you constantly get 3 every time. And that's why everyone was comparing this to like Speed World and Speed Counters. Which is kind of what I was hoping it would do. Because I was hoping it would be like some kind of thing where you can like use up a bunch of that energy on the crest itself. But right now, the only thing you can do is you can pay 7 energy to draw 1. Which I literally think is the Speed World skill for one of the one of the dual runners in Duel Links. Which is like, you pay 7 counters to draw 1 or something like that. Which is kind of funny, but I didn't perceive any of that shit. Too tiring. Yeah, absolutely. And the rules. This ruins the game because I get 1 more sleeve. Yeah. I gotta find out a way to get more sleeves though. But yeah, I'm not gonna say it ruins the game. Wish you guys had more skills that you can use. Yeah, but this does open the chance for there being multiple crests that you can use based on your playstyle. So this is in the starter deck. So this is maybe like the baby basic crest that you get, right? And you can draw. Maybe we'll have multiple in maybe set 2, maybe set 1, where it's like, okay, a lot more nation-specific ones, right? Or a lot more archetype-specific ones. That'd be really good, where it has more effects. That's what I'm hoping for. Because they're primed to do this because it says you could only have 1 of these crests in your ride deck, which is good so far. But it doesn't say like, you know, these are the only ones that ever exist. It's very open to have more of them. And for this being the starting product one, right, with the trial deck, it makes sense for the effect to not be a wall of text. So I think this is a positive, and I think there's a very good possibility that we will get more crests, different crests that do different things that you can swap out, which I think is really good from a deck building position, where you just have so many more options and make a lot of more decks different, right? Because before you could play in mirror matches and the deck would be slightly different, and then we have now slightly differences like maybe triggers, maybe the over trigger is different. Stuff like that. Maybe the ride deck's a little different, but now the crest can be different also, right? So even just in a mirror match, it makes the matches be a lot more unique and a lot more player expressive, which is always my main thing. The lamest part about this is how tame it is. Now, if I want to further play with this, I have to configure my deck more. Again, it's just a starter product, so don't put too much into this first one yet. It looked lame if the crest was the only card in the entire game that uses energy, right? But that's definitely not going to be the case. Patience or attention span, yeah. I hope the dates, the faded ones get their own creds eventually. Yeah, English, please. I don't want it to be locked. though. I don't want them to go back to Vanguard locked ones where it's like, oh, if your Vanguard is the faded purple dragon or whatever, then you can use this crest. I don't want it to be that locked. I guess I don't know. Like if it's like from like a game a lore perspective, I get that, where it's like that's the upgrade that they get, but I just don't want it to be locked. I want it to be more generic. The reason I want this to be more generic is because it means we can use this in our older cards, and every deck in the game gets support technically. So that's why I want these to stay generic and be a lot more expressive. Increase that counter charges or soul charges. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. Something like that. Like put cards from drop into soul or something like that. Because like that's essentially what we're leading to, or like give power or something like that. Which I think is totally fine. Especially considering like this opens up the door so much. Because you get so much energy throughout the game, right? Going second, you instantly get 9 energy. Because you ride, you get 3. You're going second, you get another 3. You're at 6. You ride next turn, grade 2, you already have 9. You can already draw 1. So you already have 2 more cards than your opponent got to use going first. So Nation Lock might be weird too. I don't know. I think that's fine, but I would rather it not be Nation Locked. I'm not against ones that are Nation Locked either. So I think it would make sense to make it so that, you know, Lyrical can't retire, but only Dragon Empire can retire, that kind of thing, to keep that kind of like identity. I think that's okay. They may start printing lots of energy support, and this may be the only crest. Nah, I'm pretty sure they will print a lot of energy support, but they will also print a lot of different crests. I'm like 99% sure there will be more than one crest. But will be basic. And the main deck will be using energy. That draw 1 effect is for decks that won't use energies. I don't know. Energy Blast 5, all of your guardians for the turn gain 5k shield until the end of your opponent's next turn. Yeah, that's what I was hoping this would do, where it would just make like your grade 1s get 5k shield or something, but we'll have to wait and see. Divine decks will be using their Energy Blast for their deck cards. Won't touch the EB7. Post Divine decks? What do you mean? I stole your Copium tank. I'm the king of Copium. I am the king of Vanguard positivity. I'm the king of shit will get better. Or I will make it better with my own fucking hands. That's all I'm about. Your deck sucks? Bro, we'll make that shit work right now. But I am a barrel player. Fuck you both. Fuck you both for saying that at the same time. But yes, that would be where it comes from, yes. But yeah, my main hope for this is basically that, right? Because I was comparing this to like Strides, in that specifically in Vanguard 0, right? Because that's my main experience with it, where they released like Cray Elemental Strides, and at the start of that, even though the first set only supported like 3 clans, you could still play the Cray Elemental Strides in the other decks, and that still was technically support for them. So this is in that same vein, just way better. Like I mentioned today, the draw 1 alone helps out something like Hex Orb, because you can stack your deck and then draw one of your junk cards, right? So now you have an easier way to get rid of one of your junk cards. I mentioned this to show earlier. Some decks might even be able to play front triggers now instead of having to play draws, because now they can just draw whenever they kind of want, like every 2 turns or whatever, 3 turns, whatever, they're able to draw 1 or 2 cards. Maybe now we can play more front triggers, naturally making the deck a lot more defensive, right? And then you still have the 4 card slots that you can play around with. So they just change. This alone changes the way the game is so much, right? Those 2 changes, 50 cards in the main deck, and this, even though they're just super minor changes. So I think doors open for even bigger changes, right? But we'll just have to wait and see. It's funny because it's true. Sharing the same brain cell. So yeah, but Missy Arc with the new grade 2 feels so much better. But I want to play them IRL, only to be reminded that English doesn't have the new grade 2. I mean, yeah, they don't have it yet because it's in Japan. It's the February pack, I think it is. I have to see. Because I know for us, we're doing December, January, and then okay, so it is. So then, unfortunately, February, March is when we get the Magnolia promo, and I don't remember what's in that promo set, to be honest, off the top of my head. And then after that, assuming it's the same and they don't change things up, we won't get the Misty Arc and all the cool promos that we talked about last Tuesday or whatever, Thursday, until the April-May season around then. But we'll see. The Radio Archer is gone, so maybe it won't be so bad to bring out the Dolphins. Yeah. Yeah, Magnolia and Olden, right. I don't know what else is there though, to be honest. Because I keep thinking of the current one, but I have no idea what's in that promo pack, to be honest. So I guess we can look it up. 60 notifications. Should be in his highlights, I believe. This is the one we're getting. This is the next one Japan's getting that has the Misty Arc promo. So this is one we're not getting until. Okay, yeah, he says it actually here. Yeah, April, May. Yeah. So this is the one that we're getting next. So it's all right. I completely forgot about this shit. Yeah, so it's a reprint of that Countercharger, Amazing Magician, and then what's his name? Brachio Force. We got the Olden promo. We got the Magnolia Mask promo. The new Cannonball, the cute Leonorn promo, and then the two Messiah and Chronojet promos. That's right. That's right. Forgot about that. Let's see the implications. Vermilion Dome, Delphina. The Grade 2 mag is so good. Yeah, it really is. Prancea Leonor promo is gonna be so expensive. Ugh. Why the crimes are gonna must be alongside the almighty Aida. Hopefully it means that we'll see how this works out, right? Because we don't know what's up for sneak peek. I think we have everything except the dog, and they're ending monthly Bushiroad. So we don't know what's gonna work as sneak peeks. We kind of have all the promos except dog and the current promo pack right now in English. I think, like, we literally have everything except the dog, because we have this, right? So the only thing we don't have is this promo pack, which we're getting next set. So we don't know what that means for sneak peeks. You know, we don't know what that means for anything. So we'll just have to wait and see. Oh, we don't have the Dino Boss. Okay, so those are the only two we don't have, and that's it. You have everything else. Now you can play 4 of it. Yeah, oof. I really hope they make the 50 cards update for English at least. They should make it for English that we can already use it. They should make it on January 1st or whatever that English can use it also. Because, like, why make us wait? What's the point? Oh, I guess there's Worlds? Fuck it. They have enough time to prepare. They have a whole month. They'll be fine. Coming down on the order. So cute. Will probably be the most expensive PR for Mag yet. I don't know. You want Spinal Marquise. Should be in the next batch. I don't know how. Because if it's a copy and paste of what we have or what Japan had, so he might be a sneak peek promo or something. I don't know. Well, okay, we'll have to wait and see. Nah, yeah, I don't think so. I feel like the Olden one might be expensive. These two are gonna be the two expensive ones. These three, I should say. These are gonna be the cheapest ones because no one cares about these. Even though I really want the Amazing Magician one. These are going to be fine. This is definitely not going to be a lot. And I don't see Holden being a lot, to be honest. So, should be fine. I lost count of how many Aurora set promo I got. Not even counting the ones in the bulk box. Only people playing Mag currently are buying that. Yeah, which isn't a lot, unfortunately. Wasn't MPX 20 at the highest? The set 2 meta? Set 4. We didn't get it until set 4. And also we got that as a box topper, as the like buy-in scam thing. So that's why those were expensive. So like I haven't heard squat about Michu. Oh right, there's a magazine promo. Okay, so I think that's the one before the dog. So we're missing dog. We're missing the magazine, and then we're missing the dinosaur. So that's 3 cards. So we'll have to see how that goes. They might take out maybe one of these reprints, like 3 of these reprints, put that in. I don't know. But we have 3 random promos that they have to figure out how to give out. They could very easily make one of them the BSF entry promo. That would make sense. The dinosaur can probably be a BSF entry promo, maybe. I think that makes the most sense. Out of the 3 of them, of course, the dog would be the best, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna do the dinosaur. So then that leaves the other 2. I don't know what's gonna happen with them. The ground. They made the magazine promo and magazine. Yeah, Inception. At first, yeah, MPEX was expensive at first, including Acoust Makurite, which was more expensive actually. But that was because it was a buy-in. You had to like go to stores, buy it, and then you would get the pack. So you had to spend $50 for set 4 to then get the gacha to try and get MPEX. That's why it was so expensive. And at the time, shops didn't even know about that. Some of them didn't have the promo. Some of them kept it. So it was a whole mess. That's the only reason MPEX was expensive. But then it immediately dropped down after that, because we had that long gap in sets between sets 4, 5, and 6, and then by then it just drops to the ground. Yeah, even though it was supposed to be out by like set 2 or 3. So this one doesn't blow Magnolia's accuracy wide open and make the deck insane, so I'd rest easy. I don't know. This is actually extremely, for Magnolia Magusi specifically, this is a really good promo because it gives you shield value and it can countercharge in main phase, which is something Magnolia really has an issue with, and it gives them shield value, so it's pretty good, right? Because they lose the fact that they can't intercept from like the back row with like Elder anymore, so they play all these units and they can't shield with them, but now they can very easily. So I don't know. This kind of does a lot for the deck, but I don't think it's going to be expensive, no. But I do think it blows Magnolia's Magusi wide open, like spread eagle, like legs behind. So but yeah, I think that, oh, this thing, yeah, I forgot to talk about this thing. Let's jump to tier 1. Yeah, well, if we're just talking about tier 1, that's a different story. Yeah, it's not gonna be expensive. It actually jumped. It was actually like, if we're talking about like tiers specifically, it was like a really strong tier 2 once they came out. But this year Nuri came out, and we have to throw all that shit in the trash. So we have this thing that I don't like at all, to be honest. But it's the only card we have that shows how energy works on a card. But I want to play Max so bad, but the Math Mech Marina makes me not want to. Nah, don't worry about that. No one's ever gonna do that, and you can probably beat their ass before they can. So that is suck. That is a literal counter to the whole deck, but you have more issues than that. Don't worry. I think if you play Magnolia Mass, you'll like it. Trust me, you actually won't do that bad. Nerd. Oh no, I know him. He probably would. Just don't play against him. That's fine. That's it. But play against me. Play against my fiance. You guys can have a Magnolia off, and we'll lock K in the corner somewhere, so we don't have to worry about him and his madness. Yeah. So we just have this promo. Speaking of promos, that's gonna be given away for free. I think I like the teaching fights. We have no idea how we're getting this in English. All it does is say that when you would a ride, you can pay energy instead, 4 energy, and you can either get 5k attack or shield if you pay 2 energy. So it's a good effect. I just don't like that it's like this boring generic effect, and this is the first glimpse that we get of this mechanic. I don't like the first skill either, because like, how am I ever gonna use this? Like, I just have to have it on field. Like, I don't know, that seems silly. And it's a grade 2, so I can only use it when I ride the grade 3. But It's alright. Yeah, it is cute. But we'll have to see whenever we get it. Can you have it one? I mean, I can borrow her Elder deck and we'll have at least 3. Mag is canonically a female and is a female cat. Put in your right deck, problem solved. You can't. You can't use this in the right deck. I mean, you can, but it doesn't really solve the issue. You can't use the skill to pay energy to ride it from the right deck. Because this skill is only active on Vanguard and on Rearguard. It's not on Vanguard or Rearguard yet, so it's not gonna activate. So you still have to have it out. You can put it in your ride deck and do nothing grade 2 and just ride for free, I guess. But I don't know if that's really worth it. Like, I guess you can play this in some decks, but say it can't. You can put it in the ride deck. I'm just saying you can't pay the energy. Right? Yeah. Your grade 3 will be free. Which is my issue. It's a grade 2, so it's only there. But like, you can kind of ignore this part, I guess. This is nice, basically free 5k shield, and that's basically every card I think should have this. Every single card going further should have this, where it's like pay 2 energy to get 5k shield. Bare minimum, they should all have this. Put it in decks without a dedicated ride deck? Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point. That's a good point. So stuff like Farbneil can use this because they don't really want to discard. For now, they don't care about energy. You could use this in what's her name? I'm blanking out. I keep trying to say Byakuya, but that's not her name at all. Petrolka. With this Petrolka, even though you're probably gonna use the Sienna grade 2. Maybe, but you can use like the Kyrie grade 1 and maybe even the Wallista grade 1 too, and then go into this right for free. Pretty good, especially if you use the Kyrie grade 1 because you just call back the thing you discard. So you technically get 2 free rides if you do it this way. So yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's unfortunately a promo. We don't know how this is going to be distributed in English. We know in Japan it's going to be distributed like crazy whenever you do the fights. But in English, we have no idea yet. Because we don't even know. Technically, we don't even know if we're getting any of this stuff in English. But, yeah. I'm assuming there'll be an English presentation in, like, the first week of January to tell us we're getting all this stuff. And we'll have the actual dates. If it was a grade 1, it would be broken? I don't know about broken. You're paying energy 4. You wouldn't be able. I don't think you would be able to use this. If you go first, and this is a grade 1, then afterwards you'd have 6. You go to 2, and then you get 3. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to use this. Oh no, you guess you would, but I don't think that would be that big of a deal. To be fair, the new quick start decks will be vanilla ride line. This is better than that. Yeah, that would be possibly usable in that. We'll have to see what they do, but yeah. I just need 1 for Magnolia Mask. You want to play this in Magnolia Mask? I don't know about that. Like, you got 4 deck slots, and this is what you're putting in Magnolia Mask? I don't know. We're getting one Thursday. They announced it. The English presentation? Really? This Thursday? No way. No way they're doing that shit so fast. What? They're actually doing it. Or is this English? Oh, it has Bushi mats. It must be English. Okay. With the swiftness, okay. I can get behind that. Oh wow, this dude's actually gonna be there. Okay. Not gonna lie, I mean, it would be nice if the English Vanguard producer showed up and did a couple more things, but alright, at least he'll be there. What time is this at? 6 p.m. PST? So that's like 9 o'clock? My time? That's this Thursday? That is this Thursday, right? So that's like 9 o'clock EST? Oh, 3 p.m. EST? No way. No, it should be the other way around, right? 6 p.m. PST to EST. No, yeah, it's 9 a.m. 9 p.m. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, we can actually stream this. Actually, we'll restream it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right, that's cool. We're gonna do that. See what's up. I'm assuming it'll just be cool. Thanks, Twitter. I'm assuming it'll just be the same thing that we saw yesterday, just in English. We'll just have actual dates, which is interesting. So we have this is in April. So if this is in April, if we follow the same pattern, set 1 is going to be in May, which is strange because that's when the which is really stupid because that's when the Token Rambo set comes out. So they should have put Token Rambo like in March, I should say. I don't know why they would put it back then, but so yeah, so that'll be April, March, and then this won't be until, I'm sorry, I went backwards. This is May. Sorry, this is May, so we're not getting this until like July. It seems like. You disagree? Set 1 will be 1 week after the start deck, similar to Orpheus stand-ups decks in set 12. So you think, I mean, that would make more sense, like the end of April. It still doesn't make sense why the Token Rambo set is so late, but that would make more sense, and that would put us not that far behind, and it would keep us in the like same range that we've been. So that makes sense. It's just interesting. Well, I guess it's the same thing. It's just they have a bigger gap in Japan when it comes to these. No, it's about the same thing. Okay, so that's interesting. So this is 119, and then this is 419. So by that logic, we can say that this will be, like Brawls is saying, this will be May 9th, right? We can say that this is May 9th if we follow those numbers the way they're doing it. Which is still a long time. It's just they should have put Token Rambo in March if that's the case, because I don't think we have anything in March. Oh, we have the triple rare booster, but that doesn't really count. They could easily put Token Rambo so that way we had something to do and Token Rambo doesn't get fucking shit on by all this new stuff coming out literally like a year later. But whatever. So it should just be that. We should get a confirmation that we're getting this in English. And we should also get confirmation that what is it called? About the premium deck sets. We should get information about that too. So I'm assuming we'll see the calendar up until set 2 of the Vines, and that'll be in like June. And then we'll have a presentation in I think like February, March or something like that in Japan, and that'll tell us about sets 3 and 4, with 3 being in some sort of encounter that supports the older stuff, having Dayusha and something else as an encounter, and then having support for the older stuff. Calling it here, but Horseman is insulted by the comment. Horseman, but BoJack Horseman. He's watching. Hey, Shakovian, let's go! I wish I could remember where that video is. I might be able to find it. Let's see if I can find it. Card fight clan. I think it's this one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I did a tier list. Nope, this is different. This is different. This one? This one. I don't know why these things moved around. That sucks. I don't know why I moved around. I didn't say how it was. Yeah, because I did a tier list trying to figure out what the next encounter and stride deck sets were going to be, but shit got moved around, so I guess never mind. Fuck that idea. Fuck that topic, I guess. CFA is gonna need a big ass update to add these changes. Yeah, I wish I could. I almost wish they weren't Russian, but I wish I could get in contact with them, see if they can put me on the team, because I would love to work on CFA. But I still see the order. Yeah, but I had it in more specific order. I don't think I can. I have to go to like YouTube, but I think I'm on like my other account. Yeah. Whoops. 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 Don't want to see that, bozo. So I have to like go switch to my account in order to see that. Here, you guys can look at your favorite your favorite what's her face. RG shuffler. Where is, pull up my own video. Bum, bum. I don't know why it's showing me like, let me go here. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I had that open in some other tab. No, right? Yeah, so it's just here. I don't know why it's doing that. That was strange. Anyways. Oh, that's why. Okay. So I have to open up a new tab. And I have to switch to my other account. Thank God I did that in this window. Those YouTube recommendations, y'all ain't ready to see those. That I have on this account, but where it's just out, here it is. Go to the video. Don't get an ad for my own video. Go here. See two of me. But yeah, so this is what I was trying to talk about. So this is how I had it sorted before. So I'm saying that it's gonna be Great Nature and Dimension Police as the next encounter, and then I was thinking it was gonna be Asha and Altbound next, but since we're getting the Neo Nectar premium set, more than likely in English, I think this goes away. And since we got Luard, I'm thinking it's gonna be Bermuda and Grand Blue now. I think they're really gonna do this, but we'll see. Big belly. No, it'll be for encounter, so not stride. So it'll be fucking Leopard or some shit. It'll be Leopard or I don't know. The problem with Great Nature is I don't think any of this will go great, but so this is encounter, this one here, but this is stride, right? So I don't think they're gonna do Asha as a stride next. I think they're gonna do Loris and Night Rose next. That's what I think is gonna happen. Chat Noir, yeah, maybe. For encounter, so not a deck set, not a stride deck set. I'm like 100% sure it's gonna be Dayusha. I have no idea what it's gonna be. Other than that, it's probably gonna have to be one of these other nations, because I don't think they're gonna do anything. They can't do anything for Omega Colony, because that has to be Ghidorah and it has to be a stride deck set. They can't do anything, I don't think, for Great Nature, because they really don't have anything that I think will sell. Maybe now, because it'll be with like different other supporting cards, so maybe it won't be that big of a deal. But I'm sorry, but you know, Leopold or Chatnor or whoever, they just don't have that much pull. They don't have that much pull, so I don't think it'll be that. So I definitely think it'll be Dayusha and like I don't know what else. These are already an encounter, so it'll be one of these. So maybe Oracle Think Tank, but they already have like 3 encounters if you count Luard. 4 if you count Luard, actually, right? Yeah. So maybe like I don't think they're ever gonna do spikes anytime soon, because we have, you know, Diabolos. So yeah, it's really rough. We don't even know if they're gonna keep doing encounters, but that's just based on that, right? But I think they have to do a Stride deck set for Storkea specifically, because it's the only one of the 5 nations that doesn't have one, and of course Lyrical, right? So you would lose your collective mind at Night Rose and Loras. They have to, because all the other nations have a Stride deck set now, right? We have Dragon Empire, Dark States, Brankgate, and Keter. Those are the only 2 that don't have it. We have them in the main deck, the main set now, so it has to be them. There's no other choice. I thought it was going to be this, but it 100% has to be this now. Originally I thought they were going to do this later on, because I thought it was really going to be these 2, right? The Rummy Labyrinth. They might be crazy and do all 3 of them, I don't know, but I don't think they're going to do a Stride deck set for a nation that has one yet, because they don't have a way to handle the G-Zone being unique between those decks right now, because none of the Strides say you can only stride into this if you have a certain crest, right? So they don't have any way to restrict that. So that would mean I can go into Harry and then stride into fucking not next stage, but the other fucking the Fate Rider, right? Because there's no restriction on that right now. They'd have to change the rules. So that's why I don't think they're gonna do Rummy Labyrinth right now. Polaris, if they're gonna go, if they're going with more Limit Break, yeah, but I don't think Polaris is really that popular for it to be an encounter. I don't know. Grenade just doesn't get one. Yeah, that's honestly more likely. It's just like, I feel like it would have to be a green nation that gets the next encounter, because all the other nations kind of already have enough encounters. If not, then I really don't know. I guess they could do Dragon Empire for like the 4th time or whatever. Everyone has an encounter, but I can see Harry getting one. Yeah, because it would be a deck set, not an encounter. Yeah. Because there's a difference between the 2. So we can have a nation that has a deck set and an encounter, and we can have a nation that can have 2 encounters also. But we haven't seen a clan get repeated as an encounter, and we haven't seen a nation get 2 deck sets yet. So those are the only rules we have right now, essentially. If they do Night Rose, they gotta do Harry together. That's what I'm thinking. But also, they also just did the premium deck set. It would kind of make sense to do that for premium and then do it again for standards, like have that kind of thing. But I really don't think they're gonna do that. I really don't think they can do that. They kind of screwed themselves by bringing in Chronojet. So now I don't think they can do that. So I don't know. I really think it would be Rummy Labyrinth, but again, until you guys tell me what happens when I have Fate Rider in my G deck, because there's no rule against that, and that doesn't fucking make any sense. So, when do you think they'll come out in Japan? Ugh. So Isabel's V. I don't know if that'd be interesting if they do V stuff, but so they got Luard in Shiranui in November, and before that they got Messiah. They got Chronojet I think previous year, and they got Messiah like February, I want to say, or something like that. So following that logic, it should be coming up soon. It might be at the end of set 2 in Japan, maybe, along with like the encounter set that we're predicting. So maybe like May, June, that's when they do the next Stride deck set. That would kind of make sense. Yeah, I think that would make sense. Did Japan get that premium dual deck? It's a tri deck, but it's not until March, I think it is in Japan. Yeah, it's not until March for Japan. No, it's not March. They're saying no, we didn't get it yet. That was like last week, right? Ugh, getting so much news recently. It's crazy. The hell is this? Oh, this must be for like the opening or something. I was like, I didn't see this, but that's not the actual anime. Oh, ominous. Oh, I feel so bad for you. I wish they would do something with you. Like, they have you in-house. They couldn't even give you a DSR. Oh, you poor girl, bro. I wish they would see your talent, but man, why the sister VA gotta be so cute when she's just gonna die and do nothing, bro? Where the hell is it? Man, I had it right. Okay. I just don't know the date. And they just keep like retweeting their stuff or something. I don't know. Maybe I can go to the media tab. Since now this looks like this, so I can scroll through it a lot faster. Unless they just didn't talk about it. Like fucking assholes. Okay, they did. Yeah, so it was March 8th. Okay. Yeah, so they're not getting it until March. Not for a good while. Show me what steers are you for? Yuck. It was just a meh English product? Huh? Oh, the battle set, not the 3 premium deck sets. Great Nature is off. Is off about popular stuff? Yeah, it is. It's not very popular at all, unfortunately. Loves Burke. Ugh, fortunate. That was her downfall. I love Musketeers so much. Interesting. Yeah, I'm excited because I've always liked Musketeers also, but my only experiences with them in Vanguard Zero, and they were okay, but they really didn't like them in Vanguard Zero, and then Asha became a thing and they forgot about them. This one is pretty interesting. I'm really super excited for this. The fact that we went over this yesterday, but the fact that these are like decently priced is really good because I want to get all of these. Like them in V. I have no experience with Cecilia in V. All I know about Neonectar in V is that it has tokens. That's literally all I know because that's the only thing I've been told. For the most part, and that there's like a furry and that they're bad. That's all I've ever been told about Neonectar in V, to be honest. And that the reverse is really hot, but that's because I have the card, and that's my opinion, I think. It was kind of smudged. No, don't think too much on it. Okay, fair enough. All right. What is everyone overall? What would you guys give the rating of? Not so much, not even the presentation, but just all the influx of news. You guys give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down? What are you thinking? Just overall. Personally, I give it a thumbs up. I think there's a lot of good shit. I liked it a lot, and I'm pretty hopeful about it. And I gotta do my drugs pretty soon. I do know that it wouldn't be special for her, but give something like Great Nature a chance to have an audience. She's the best of healing rep. Give it a 9 out of 10. Yeah, I would say that. New stuff, cool design, cool concept, encounters. Where to be seen? All thumbs up. My only gripe is that we got 0 news for Deer Days and 0 news for any sort of other avenue of playing Vanguard. I like that they had Kidani make a good point about, or make it that their goal that they're gonna try to, I don't know how to say it, embrace or attract more female players into the game. I like that a lot. I have a couple of goals next year for the channel. One of them is that in general, just like for like Spanish Vanguard, I want to touch on that a lot. I don't know how they're gonna do that. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I definitely want to. In general, the goal is to like diversify Vanguard and expand Vanguard as much as I personally can. But the fact that there's no any kind of client and there's not even a single drip of mention in Deer Days. They have the main voice actor from Deer Days. I don't even think they mentioned that part. But that's a big question. We'll have to see. Dear days are numbered. That type to hurt, I don't know. They showed off set 13 in Dear Days, so I'm pretty sure in like 3 weeks we'll get an announcement about the next wave of DLC. Pretty sure that'll happen. I'm surprised it didn't happen yesterday. But I don't know where that's gonna go. Maybe they thought that was just a loss. I feel like it could have been better if they fixed the obvious issues with it. Dear Days would have been great, but we'll have to wait and see. But alright. I think that'll do it for today. Thursday we have the English presentation. I can actually restream that because it's in English since I don't know Japanese, and it's at a reasonable time because I'm still tired from going to sleep at like 3 in the morning yesterday or whatever it was from being too excited and watching all this stuff. So hope you guys stay positive, enjoy the news, think of good things. We can worry about the bad things when they show up. We'll worry about that then. For now, let's just be happy and enjoy while we got it. But till then, I'll see you guys Thursday. Take care of yourselves and each other. Play Vanguard and have yourselves a damn good one.